Las Vegas is getting pounded with historic flooding in the wettest monsoon season they've seen in a decade.
It's hard to tell this is the famous Las Vegas Strip, but that's Caesar's Palace right there, and that is the Mirage. It's raining inside Planet Hollywood, pouring through the casino light fixtures. Also right underneath the high roller Ferris wheel.
The Las Vegas Strip has been swept by flash flooding.
This rain coming down so fast, so heavy. This is video from Las Vegas in a parking garage.
It's a downpour right onto the gambling tables.
You can see that car struggling to get through the water on a street.
Yes, that is a man floating down the Vegas Strip because of the flash flood waters.
That guy's a legend. He's just like, yeah. So you see that? Las Vegas, of all places, is getting flooded. And you know who I blame for this? All the bachelor parties going to those strip clubs being like, make it rain! Look at what you did! I hope you're happy it rained. It rained too much. And if there's one thing we can all agree on, people, it's that we don't want casinos to flood. Right? Because can you imagine how hard it's going to be to evacuate those gamblers? The water level is rising, guys. We're going to be drowned any minute. Which is just enough time for a couple more rolls. Come on, baby. Come on. Daddy could use some arm floaties. Come on. So yes, Las Vegas has been wetter than a butt crack at SoulCycle. But it's not just Vegas. We've seen historic floods recently in St. Louis, in Yellowstone, in Kentucky. And this is the thing to remember about climate change. It's not just going to make everything a little bit hotter, all right? It's going to make all weather more extreme. The hot will get hotter, the wet will get wetter, the wind will get winder, the wet will like swap places with the dry, yeah, and then you're gonna think that you're talking to hot, but then the hot will pull off its mask and it'll be like, ha, I'm cold, and you'll be like, but we slept together. It's basically science. And you're wondering, you're like, it's a bit of flooding, is it that bad? Well, over in California, things could get even worse than you think.
Now to the new warning on climate change. Experts say it's only a matter of time before a mega flood hits California, displacing millions of people. A new study shows that climate change is increasing the likelihood of a cataclysmic flood hitting in the next 50 years. The flood could turn California's lowlands into an inland sea, putting parts of cities such as Sacramento, Fresno, and Los Angeles underwater.
It happened in Sacramento in 1861. This is incredible, and I really didn't know much about this. Only 500,000 people lived in the Central Valley. Today it's 37 million. 30 feet of water in all of Central Valley for weeks. It rained for 43 days, the equivalent of $1 trillion in today's damage. They say the next one would probably be like a Katrina times 5.
Oh my God, Katrina times 5. That's like 336. You carry the K, then the point is it's bad. And we can't lose Los Angeles. And that's where America keeps all of its hot people, you know? Also, no offense, but if I'm caught in a mega flood, the last place and the last people I want to be around is a bunch of LA actors. Can you imagine them just gonna be like, the flood is wiping away Los Angeles! Okay, I'm gonna try it again, but a little more introspective. The flood is wiping away Los Angeles, and I never knew my father. Blah, blah, blah. Now, if you're thinking, who cares if America's underwater? I'll just escape to Europe. Well, be my guest, because you're gonna miss the wet when you get there.
In the midst of a historic drought, Europe's rivers are running dry. In Germany, the Rhine has dropped so low, some cargo ships can no longer use it, with devastating effects for Germany's economy. In France, some parts of the Loire can now be crossed on foot. And in the Czech Republic, low water levels have revealed so-called hunger stones, rocks carved centuries ago to give future generations a warning of impending famine. One such stone carried a chilling message from the early 1600s. If you can see me, weep.
Yeah, you hear that? Right now, Europe's drought is so bad that you can walk across some rivers, which isn't just bad for the economy and the environment, it also puts people like Moses out of a job. Yeah, so be like, and now I will part the waters that ye may cry. Yeah, whatever, man, climate change did this for us. Get out of the way.